Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel, or welcome to my YouTube channel if you're new here. For today's video I'm going to be showing you some hits from a pro base builder. Of course, if you're a base builder you know how to also take advantage of all the weaknesses of certain bases. And he does put a fun twist on his hits because he does very off-meta hits. But let's go dive into the replays. Alright, for this first hit we have this ring base, but before we dive into the replay I want to quickly mention, of course, as you can see on the top right side of the screen, the pro base builder that we are currently looking at is of course Vibes, building for Zeus Esports. And the fun twist that he puts on his attacks, he uses Blizzard at TH18. That's something I haven't seen in a while. So when he told me he hit those hits, I was definitely intrigued to go and check them out. But let's see how he does it. Turning off with rocket loons to line up that blimp. Test for traps, get the CC pool as well. And then not needing the warden ability to get the blimp into the core is really nice. Alright, there come the super wizards. Hard to spot, but they are definitely there. Behind the, or in front of the multi-gear tower. Gonna zoom out a little bit. Just because, of course, there's more going on than just the super wizards. But they're definitely getting good value here. Damn, bro. Taking out a pretty small chunk, technically speaking, of this base. But with everything else considered, it is definitely very good value. Now we're going to be following up that blizzard with some air attacks. Some air spam. Mainly Dragon Riders, some Inferno Baby Dragons to follow in behind. Dragon Duke to cut the funnel on the top side. And of course the Queen to cut it on the bottom side, as you've already seen, but she's kind of stuck behind the wall. Now moving into what's left of the core of this base. Of course on the top side there is a fair bit, but we do have the sort of standard equipment for the Dragon Duke. With a little help of the main prince ability, slowing everything down. That is going to make it easy pickings on this base. Of course, with the strength of those two combined, any base is going to have a hard time. Especially if the base is set up in such a nice way for air spam. And if you can get some great value with that blizzard, it is going to make it even better. But at this point, it is pretty much just cleanup that's left. So we're going to speed it up slightly. There are a few scattered defenses, or mainly just the Tesla that the Dragon Riders just took out. Now it is just a matter of cleanup. But let me tell you, I was really intrigued when I was told that Blizzard worked at Tunnel 18, but seeing it like this, yeah, I can see why. For this second replay of Vibes, going to be looking at a very different base than that first ring base that we saw. This is, yeah, I wouldn't even be able to tell you what sort of base this is. But what we can tell is that the core is very compact, which is a great help to get those chains from the super wizards to go many places. And we can also see that the town hall is a little bit more to the side, or well, to the top, to the corner, whatever you want to call it. But we're gonna dive right into the replay, and of course once again gonna be starting off with rocket loons. Gonna be testing for Tesla's traps, whatever you can think of. And then sending in that blimp, even going to be helping it out with a totem spell distraction, double totem spell distraction that is. And there is the super wizards once again, going to be getting very nice chains off on very high value defenses. Even having the main prince in there, the defensive main prince that is. Definitely going to help out. I'm going to get a very nice value even into the core, not even the compartment that the super wizards initially landed in. And follow it up with the giant arrows to the base. Always going to help clear up some of those hit defenses, or hit buildings, but not destroyed buildings. And I'm quickly just going to pause it here, because one thing that I did notice initially when watching this hit is that he deploys his troops and heroes in a very spread out pattern. But I have kind of thought of two reasons why. The first one being that with just the two defenses here and the one there, that there's not really any added benefit for him to deploy everything into that one tight space. The queen with the giant out in front and the dragon duke on the top should be more than capable of taking out those buildings, those defenses. And for another, previously when I was using hits like this, my main motivation for dropping in the troops and heroes so close together was that I would want to have them work off of each other and mainly have the heroes form a funnel for my troops. But now with the use of those, especially this Inferno Baby Dragon on the top and the buildings that the giant arrow destroyed on the bottom, the funnel is pretty much already set for the air troops. So from that perspective, there's also not really a need for him to drop the army and heroes close together. Now we're gonna just continue with the hit, because of course we are only part way through. We can see Dragon Riders mainly moving into those defenses on the right side of the base. For some reason I always have trouble with that. And indeed the Dragon Duke and the Queen have been able to take care of the defenses that were left after the initial blizz. You can see that the multiple baby Inferno Dragons and the Minion Prince were able to take care of the Town Hall. Not the least important building on the base. But you know, just leave it, it's fine. And then now moving on to the final buildings and final defenses of this base, even with the Dragon Duke ability to be sort of swagged in my mind. We're gonna be seeing a very nice next triple from Vibes. It's kind of funny because hits like this always make me think twice about my own choices and always make me think about the thought behind these hits. So I think I might learn a thing or two as well watching these triples. And for the third replay of this base, we see a base that is walls-wise a little underleveled, I would say, but also resembles more of a base that, as far as my Legend League knowledge goes, could be one of the more ones that you see in there more often. And one thing that I found really just funny to see, and of course that was after I knew he hit this base with Blizz, is the fact that he has this one little opening in the walls. It's almost a free invite to place a blimp down there. And let's see what he does in this hit. And of course, I have seen these hits before, so some of the things that I say are based off of that. But we have the blimp flying in. It sometimes amazes me how far it can get without encountering any traps. And yeah, that comment that I made about that being a free invite is of course because he does place it down there. When it is also going to allow him great value, both Fire Spitters, Multi-Inferno Towers, Revenge Tower, or maybe not the Multi-Inferno Towers, but at least the Revenge Tower and the Monolith as well. Gonna get a few hits off on the Town Hall, but then the Invis spells will run out, so quickly again gonna pause it here, because at first when I was watching this hit I was like, yeah, did he really get that much? But it might not be a high number of buildings, but if you go and think about which buildings he got, then yeah, it was really great value. It's kind of, once again, funny. I also said it earlier in this video that watching these hits back always makes me think twice about my own hits, and always makes me think twice about what actually happened. It was kind of interesting to realize that I at first kind of dismissed the Blizz value in this base, but now that I'm thinking back at it, I'm like, yeah, no, it was actually pretty great value. But we are gonna, of course, jump back into it. That arrow, as we like to see, following up that blizzard. And then in again with the air troops. Seems to be a very tried and tested combination of the Dragon Riders and the Inferno Baby Dragons, because we see it a fair bit. Double tome on the Warden. And the reason I am checking that is just because recently most of my hits have been with a Rage Gem on the Warden, and then either a Heal Gem as well, or the Eternal Tome. But in this case we are using double tome instead of one or the other. We got the Dragon Duke coming in from the top right side of the base. Gonna be cleaning up those defenses over there as the other troops and heroes walk around the other side of the base. We have smartly overgrown part of the top side here, just to force those troops into the middle a little more. Or at least hopefully get something going to the town hall. Well, we know we do because it's a triple in the end, but I can imagine that vibes might have been getting a little bit scared and stressed that he might not get the triple here. But as you can see, in the end, there's just so much left over that it doesn't even matter leaving the tunnel for last. And that is gonna do it for this video about Vibes, who is a pro base builder and doing some nice off-meta hits. If you enjoyed it, feel free to leave a like down below. And of course, as always, leave your suggestions for any videos you would like to see me make in the future down below in the comments as well. And if you really enjoyed it, consider subscribing because it does definitely massively help me out. Now, I would love to see you guys in the next video. Peace.